Hello YouTube, my name is Kangav, and today I'm going to show you how I turned this Minecraft build into this one in fully vanilla Minecraft by giving you 6 tips to improve your Minecraft builds. Obviously there are some general things like practice more, use references, try new palettes or themes, but these are going to be specific things you can do right here, right now, all in vanilla Minecraft, even if you're super new to building. Sometimes bigger is better. Sometimes smaller builds are more impressive, but from a glance at an image or from a distance on a server, bigger is going to be better. If you're building in survival, getting materials may be the hard part, but we're going to start by simply adding 2 blocks in the 4 outside directions here. Obviously, you could make this much bigger and in any direction or shape you want. I'll even insert some images of shapes that are easy to work with. But for the sake of this build, we are staying pretty simple for anyone super new to building, and we'll just be expanding straight up and out. Add physical depth. By physical depth, I mean make your build less flat. There are tons of Minecraft blocks that are not full blocks, and you want to take advantage of those. You can get super creative with this, but to start, here are some super easy ones. Putting the door on the back of the block, using panes instead of full glass blocks for windows, adding trapdoors to windows to be shutters, and/or adding planter boxes in front of the windows. Add visual depth. Sometimes a build doesn't have a ton of room or options for physical depth, especially on a build as small as this, or if you're trying to work in a limited size of space. So add visual depth instead. I put darker blocks in places that would naturally have shadows, like the doorway, under the roof's overhang, and behind the open window shutters. You can also use texturing to do this. Texturing could be a whole video of its own, because there's so many ways to do it. The standard easy way to start is using a visually similar block, in my case cobblestone and mossy cobblestone, to that of your build's walls and sprinkling a few in. Visual texture is also commonly done on rooftops. I like outlining my roof in darker blocks than the main one, so I'm using spruce and oak as an example here. But if your roof is bigger, you can add even more and even do a gradient. Here's an example of a build I did like this last year. But if your roof is entirely made of stairs, you can also add texture by throwing in some solid blocks or slabs. This is your mid-video reminder that if you like Minecraft content, not only do I stream it a bunch over my Twitch, but I also have a podcast that's uploaded every other Sunday here on my YouTube channel, where my 2 friends and I yap about stuff while doing Minecraft tasks. You should check it out. Don't make solid pillars. This sounds kind of specific and niche, but a ton of Minecraft builds, especially houses, end up having pillars, and I promise it adds so much to a build when the pillar is not just one solid column of the same block the whole way up. There are tons of options for this one. I used barrels on the tops and bottoms of my columns for this build. You could add more outwards depth by using trapdoors, or inwards depth by making the columns walls, and only the tops and bottoms full blocks. If a pillar is really tall, I will usually texture it in the same way I explained walls, where I pick a similar block and scatter it throughout, like in this build. Don't do solid floors. This is the only real interior thing I'm going to mention, as interiors are my weakness. You can elevate almost any build by simply adding texture to your floors. A checkerboard is easiest and has endless possibilities. You could also use glazed terracotta for something more intricate, or if you're doing a really large floor, you can create designs in the floor. I tested a few floors in this build before settling on a simpler one, but here are some other floor designs to look at. Give the lawn some love. When you walk by a house in real life, you usually notice if their lawn is a perfect green or a mess of half-dead weeds. Same can be said for Minecraft builds. The outdoor lawn can add so much atmosphere for the type of build you're going for, but it also helps you when you have big barren walls like this build currently has.
I said, "Oh, jump scare."
The build we're making now isn't quite big enough to add an attachment like you might find on a bigger build such as the one pictured here, but it is the perfect size for some foliage. The path leading to the house is not always a necessity, depending on the landscape, but for the sake of continuing the upgrade of our small house from the start, here's some path ideas and the one I settled on for this build. There you have my quick and simple upgrade to a very standard starter base. Before we wrap this up, I do want to note how much of this is trial and error. You'll see throughout the video I went in with very little plan for how the final build would look, because as annoying as it can be when building in survival, you really do have to try 6 different floors and doors sometimes. Don't get frustrated if your first, second, or even third try is not the perfect build. It all harkens back to how important practice is, but if you keep some of the tips I gave you in mind, hopefully it helps level up your Minecraft builds. So thank you for watching, and let me know in the comments if you want to see me use some of these tips on a grander scale with a big build in a future video.